Hi, I'm Tu Win, a registered dietitian nutritionist on the Healthy Living team at Giant Food. This video is all about renewing your health commitments in a manageable and sustainable way. Although we are focusing on shifting how we tackle our health commitments today, our team is here to support you in whatever your health goals may be: managing diabetes, maintaining heart health, eating on a budget, or maybe just ways to try something new. We offer a wide variety of services that you can access on giantfood.com/healthyliving. Okay, let's get started. This video will be under 30 minutes and includes supporting materials and reference materials like a shopping list, meal plan, and recipe ideas. I'll go over those at the end. Let's get started. Whether you're watching this video in January, June, or November, it's always a great time to reassess our health commitments and talk about renewal. We've all heard those statistics that New Year's resolutions don't work, such as only 9% of Americans who make resolutions complete them, or 23% of people quit their resolution by the end of the first week of January, and 43% quit by the end of January. Health and wealth are popular topics for New Year's resolutions. Of the top 6 New Year's resolutions, 3 out of 6 of those are about health: weight loss, getting more exercise, eating healthier, with the others being saving more money, paying down debts, or getting a new job. But why don't these New Year's resolutions work? In today's class, we're going to tackle the barriers to failed resolutions and renew our health commitments to make them last. Starting off with SMART goals. One of the main reasons why resolutions fail is because our goals are too general. There's no end date, not specific enough, not realistic. So, to make sure your goals are clear and reachable and successful, each one should be SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Starting off with specific, your goal should be clear and specific. For example, saying you want to be healthier isn't specific enough. What can you do to be healthier? You should assign specific goals like, I will eat more vegetables, or I will work out 3 times a week, or I will lose 15 pounds. Next, measurable. Measurable goals help you track your progress and stay motivated. Assessing progress helps you to stay focused and feel the excitement of getting closer to achieving your goal. A measurable goal should address questions such as how much, how many, how will I know when it is accomplished? For example, I will eat 2 servings of vegetables at dinner, or I will lose 2 pounds a week. Next, attainable. Your goal needs to be realistic and achievable to be successful. It should also take into consideration your constraints and barriers. You may have the goal to cook dinner every day, but with kids' soccer practice, being in office on Wednesdays, book club on Saturdays, can you really cook every day? If you can, great. If you can't, that's okay. Don't set yourself up for failure. Adjust your goals to reflect those busy days. I will cook dinner 3 times a week. Maybe it isn't realistic to go from eating 0 veggies at dinner to veggies at dinner every day. So maybe a more attainable goal would be, I will eat 2 servings of veggies at dinner twice a week. Next, make it relevant. Make sure your goal matters to you and that it aligns with your passions. Think, is this the right time for this particular goal? It may not be realistic to try and lose weight when you're under a lot of stress, or if you aren't in charge of meal planning and grocery shopping. And timely. Every goal needs a target date so that you have a deadline to focus on and something to work towards. This helps to prevent everyday tasks from taking priority over your longer term goals. So, for example, I will eat 2 servings of veggies at dinner twice a week for 3 months. So, that is the smart way to set goals. But we can make them smarter by also doing a regular evaluation and review of our goals. Once we've hit that 3 months of our veggie goal, reassess. Do you want to stick to that? Or maybe up it to 4 times a week? See how our goal went from I will eat healthier to a smart goal of I will eat 2 servings of veggies at dinner twice a week for 3 months. We have a greater chance of beating that 43% quitting by January statistic. When it comes to goal setting, here are some additional tips to make them much more enjoyable and attainable. Don't be restrictive. Think about what you can add, not take away. Can you add an extra veggie to your pizza? Can you add an extra glass of water to your day? Can you add a couple more minutes of movement to your routine? This sounds a lot better than saying, I'm cutting out pizza or I'm cutting out soda, doesn't it? Next, enlist a buddy. Everything is easier with a friend. Enlist a buddy who has the same goals as you to join and hold each other accountable. My tip to you, join our Healthy Living Facebook group. It's a great place for support from us and other community members. And set reminders. Life is busy. Setting a reminder or alarm on your phone is a great practice to make sure you made time and remember to focus on your health commitments. Remember, goals that are meaningful to you will be much easier to follow through. A health goal related to nutrition is probably one of the most common ones we hear. It's easier to say, I want to eat healthier, but if we don't have some guidelines in place, it could feel quite overwhelming. So let's start off with what makes a healthy meal. Whenever we plan meals, we want to strive for balance. When we achieve balance, that is a healthy meal. We see balance as a plant forward plate filled with fruits and vegetables for antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, high fiber grains and starches for fiber and energy, and lean proteins to help heal and repair your body. When looking at your meals or when choosing recipes, look for balance. Does it have all of these components? If it does, great. If it doesn't, what can you add? Spaghetti with meat sauce gets balance with a side of vegetables or a green salad. Chicken tacos get balance with a side of beans and produce toppings. In truth, any meal can achieve better balance and nutrients when you add more produce. Every item in your grocery basket will have a nutrition facts panel and is designed to show you the nutrients of concern and help you identify nutrients that impact your health. So let's review those nutrients of concern. Starting at the top is total fat. This includes both beneficial and harmful fats. All nutrition facts panels are required to show the harmful fats known as saturated and trans fats, highlighted here in purple. Sometimes they will show you the beneficial heart healthy fats, but they are not required. Saturated fats are associated with increased inflammation and bad cholesterol and are recognized easily as they are usually solid at room temperature. The most common sources of saturated fats are meats and dairy products. Most unhealthy trans fats come from industrially produced, partially hydrogenated oils. These have been effectively banned in the United States since 2021, but can still be found in fried foods and may still be present in small amounts in some processed foods. In fact, many restaurants may use trans fat containing oils to fry chicken and french fries. Next, look for sodium. Excess sodium intake has been shown to raise blood pressure and worsen chronic inflammation, often leading to hypertension and significantly increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. And last but not least, we look for total and added sugar, which is listed under the total carbohydrates header. Added sugars are sugars that manufacturers add to processed food to increase flavor or extend shelf life. High sugar intake has been linked to chronic inflammation, weight gain, and increased risk of developing diabetes. So, how can you tell if a food is low or high in these nutrients? You can use the percent daily value column highlighted in gold following the 520 rule. A food is considered low in something if its percent daily value per serving is 5 or less. On the other hand, a food is considered high in something if its percent daily value per serving is 20 or more. The food in this example is low in our nutrients of concern, saturated and trans fats, sodium, and added sugar, which are all less than that 5%. So it meets our food fighter goal to limit known inflammation causing foods. The food in this example is also high in dietary fiber with 23% daily value. Fiber is a desirable nutrient that helps with our health in so many ways. Now, all of that may seem a little complicated, so I have a shortcut for you. Guiding Stars is our nutrition guidance program that reads the nutrition facts labels and evaluates recipes so you don't have to. Products and recipes receive stars based on credits for the things we want, like fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and debits for those things that we don't want, like saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars. Guiding stars are found on the price tag in store, on product descriptions when you shop online, and recipes in our Savory magazine. The program is also available as an app that you can use to scan products if you don't see a tag. You can find Guiding Stars products in every category of the grocery store to find the most nutrient dense options. When it comes to our health goals, it's important to identify your barriers. Some of the top barriers we hear when it comes to eating healthy is restrictions due to preferences from other family members, recipe inspiration, and time. So we've got some recipe inspiration for you to help with those barriers. These healthier classics are small changes to classic dishes that not only add nutrition, but is less threatening to any picky eaters you may have in your household. Preparing, serving, and enjoying a healthier classic gives you the confidence to continue to expand your palate and try something new. This meatloaf here has added veggies to it, making it a small change, but not too different to be tolerated. Another common goal is to add more veggies. Make healthy and veggies taste good. Veggies don't have to be bland and boring. If it tastes good, you'll want to eat it. Adding vegetables adds more volume to your plate, meaning you'll feel fuller and more satisfied without all those additional calories. Focus on vegetables that you enjoy to make your goal easy. Don't eat kale if you hate it. And remember, focus on what vegetables you can add to your plate rather than focusing on foods to take away. The more vegetables you add, you'll inadvertently have less space for the foods you're wishing to cut back on. An easy way to add more veggies: turn your favorites into bowls, like this taco bowl right here. Serve the tortilla on the side instead. If you haven't come up with a health commitment, here's mine to you. Add more fiber. The average American only gets 10 to 15 grams of fiber per day, when the recommendation is 25 to 30. Fiber promotes feelings of satiety, supports overall health, and naturally incorporates more plants into the diet. Again, make it tasty to make it easy to add to your diet. Pizza beans taste just like pizza, and the beans give this dish 7 grams of fiber per serving. And of course, time. Although breakfast isn't necessarily the most important meal of the day, I often hear customers telling me they want to eat breakfast but simply don't have time. Whether you eat breakfast or not, the first meal you should eat should have protein and fiber to fuel you for the day. Use any time saving recipes for any meal where you feel a time constraint. My pick: sheet pan omelets. Quick and easy to make and perfect to freeze and reheat for busy mornings. And don't forget, any meal doesn't have to be traditional foods, especially breakfast. Breakfast can be leftovers, breakfast pizza, crack an egg on anything, and you can call it breakfast. We talked a lot about nutrition. Let's move on to another popular health commitment: movement. Like we identified our barriers when it came to eating healthier, identify those barriers that prevent us from getting started on our fitness journey. For example, time. That's probably the biggest one. So, the first step here would be to identify that as your barrier and then think of solutions. If your barrier is time, try to think of activities you can do at home. That way, you don't have to spend time driving to a gym. Maybe start playing your favorite music while you cook dinner and dance around. That counts. Or see if you can find a good news podcast that you can listen to in the morning while you go for a quick walk. Maybe your barrier is physical capability. Keep in mind that something is better than nothing with physical activity. Start where you are and add a little more. Even adding 1 to 2 minutes to what you're currently doing is a tremendous step forward. And remember those SMART goals. It's not, I want to exercise more, but rather, I will go for a 10-minute walk after lunch 3 times a week for 1 month. My tip when it comes to movement, break it up into increments 1 to 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you prefer. This is especially helpful if you don't have the time or capacity to do an entire 30-minute session. Regular movement throughout the day may help health, raise endurance, and negate the negative impacts of sitting for extended periods of time. And last, keep it fun. You may also notice that we've been saying movement rather than exercise. Remember, we want to keep our health goals positive and meaningful. The word exercise is sometimes taken as a negative word. Picture hours in the gym, sweating and feeling exhausted. Movement is just getting your body to, well, move in a way that you enjoy. We're more likely to stick to exercises that we actually like. So try something new. Pickleball is super popular and is a great laid back way to get into a new sport at any age. Once you're up and running on your movement goal, reassess and see if you can step it up. The American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate physical activity a week, which breaks down to about 30 minutes a day. Most people tend to focus on one type of exercise or activity and think they're doing enough, but research has shown that it's important to get all 4 types of exercise: endurance, strength, balance, and flexibility. Each one has a different benefit. And bonus, doing one kind of exercise can also improve your ability to do the others. It adds variety, it helps to reduce boredom, and also helps to reduce risk of injury. So incorporate endurance activities, strength activities, balance exercises, and flexibility exercises to your regimen. My tip is to try a new app. All these apps that you see right here are free. So if you're looking to try something new to switch up your routine and add excitement or add a different type of exercise, try one of these apps. We have Fit On, stretching and flexibility, All Trails, Lazy Fit, Center, and Home Workout. Now, if your health commitment is stress reduction and mental health, can I say, what a great health commitment to make? Stress impacts our bodies in so many ways. It affects our mentality and can cause anxiety, depression, fatigue. It affects our physical health and can increase blood pressure, stress to the heart, and increase caloric intake from stress eating. It can also weaken our immunity. When under stress, cells of the immune system are unable to respond and consequently produce levels of inflammation that weaken our immunity and promote disease. And of course, gut health. Our brain and gut are connected through something called the gut brain axis. So, if stress is affecting our mentality, you may find GI issues arise as well, such as indigestion, bloating, and cramping. So, it's important to reduce that stress. Reducing stress is easier said than done, so make sure you are doing whatever works for you. It could be journaling and writing down your feelings. Maybe it's meditation, which is also quick and effective to reduce anxiety, depression, fatigue, and confusion. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day can have a huge impact on your mental health. Try some deep breathing. Like we mentioned, stress can increase your blood pressure. Taking 4 to 5 deep breaths for 1 minute has been shown to help lower blood pressure during a time of stress. So stop and breathe. Maybe movement will help you to de stress. We already talked about the benefits of movement, so this is a double win. Walk in nature, do some yoga. Maybe you need a vigorous workout to sweat it out. Music always soothes my soul. Listening to it, singing it, or maybe playing an instrument, or simply talking to a friend, therapist, anyone. Use a stress reduction technique that works for you. You can also try a mood boosting mocktail, which you see right here. The citrus fruits and the vitamin C helps with the synthesis of the neurotransmitters dopamine, noradrenaline, and serotonin, which is the happy hormone. Vitamin C can also help lower the levels of cortisol and lower your blood pressure. And the kombucha has probiotics to support that healthy and happy gut. So, although sleep was not on that top list of New Year's resolutions, perhaps it should be. Think of a time when you didn't have a good night's rest. How did you feel? More than likely, it impacted a lot of your day. So, let's talk about how to get better sleep. Proper sleep and rest are so important for our overall physical and mental health and well being. Good sleep is restorative. It's also associated with better immunity. In fact, we are 4 times more likely to catch a cold after being exposed if we've had a poor night's sleep. We're also more focused, it helps us to have better memory and improve our mood. New research also shows that during sleep, the brain actually clears out toxins that can lead to Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. And of course, good sleep means increased energy. After a good night's sleep, you should feel recharged. The National Sleep Foundation recommends that most adults get around 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. How much sleep are you getting per night? Many people say, oh, I do well with just 6 hours of sleep, or I only need 5 and I feel fine. But research shows that's not the case. Research shows harmful effects of poor sleep, such as unintentional weight gain, increased risk of chronic disease, and decreased quality of life. So let's improve our sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted, good quality sleep each night. Ideally, we should aim for consistency, going to bed and waking up at similar times each day. This will help to reinforce our body's circadian rhythm. Set up a healthy sleep environment. That means turning off those electronics an hour before bed, avoiding caffeine too close to bedtime, making sure your room is the right temperature, that it's dark enough and silent enough, or set up your white noise machine. There's also foods recommended by the Sleep Foundation to put on your grocery list for more restful nights, such as complex carbs. Choose whole grains for your bedtime snack. Popcorn, oatmeal, or whole wheat crackers with nut butter are all good choices. Skip the white bread, refined pasta, and sugary baked goods, which may reduce serotonin levels and impair sleep. A handful of nuts. Almonds and walnuts specifically contain melatonin, a hormone that helps to start off your sleep and wake cycle. Eating them can increase your blood levels of the hormone, helping you to sleep more soundly. Cottage cheese. Foods that are high in lean protein, like cottage cheese, also pack the amino acid tryptophan, which may increase those serotonin levels. To sweeten it up, top the cottage cheese with raspberries, which are rich sources of melatonin. And fruits. Certain fruits that contain melatonin may help you fall asleep faster and wake up less often during the night. For instance, tart cherry juice and whole tart cherries contain a lot of melatonin, and bananas, pineapple, and oranges are also sources. According to the Sleep Foundation, if you have insomnia, eating 2 kiwis before bed can increase your sleep duration by an hour over the course of a month. Other fruits and vegetables that are rich in antioxidants, like berries, prunes, raisins, and plums, may have a similar effect by helping to counteract the oxidative stress caused by a sleep disorder. Have a cup of bedtime tea. A nightly cup of tea, without the caffeine, of course, can be a perfect relaxing ritual. Chamomile, ginger, and peppermint are calming choices for bedtime. Warm milk. Scientifically, there may be some link between the tryptophan and melatonin content of milk and improved sleep, but likely it is more to do with that connection with warm milk and bedtime from childhood. And one more tip: hydrate throughout the day and limit water before bed. That way, you're not waking up to use the bathroom. Remember, like all the health commitments we talked about in this class, it's all about making those SMART goals and consistency. Change takes time, but these small changes will add up to giant steps in your health journey. This concludes our Renewing Your Health Commitments class. Thank you for trusting the Giant Food Healthy Living team in your journey to better health. I hope you feel inspired to reassess your health goals and renew them to be more manageable, achievable, and most importantly, matter to you. Although our time today is over, I invite you to check out our other recorded classes, which cover a wide range of topics, including heart health, brain health, healthy eating, and so much more. Today's video is your first step. Your next step is to utilize the resources provided in the notes below, where you'll find more resources on reinventing your health commitments, including a recipe collection and other information which will support everything you've learned today. There's even an option to email us with questions, schedule an appointment, or follow up on social media for daily tips and inspiration on a wide variety of healthy living topics. I invite you to stay connected. We offer a wide variety of free services, including store tours, webinars, cook-alongs, and more, all of which you can access on giantfood.com/healthyliving or in the notes section of this video. We've taken the philosophy that health is for everyone. It's the little things we do every day that add up. So start today. Start small or big, just start. Thanks again. Reach out with any questions, and most of all, stay well.